It's week 3 of the 2024 season, and we'll see Will Dissly, their few better in the red zone, as he comes in fourth and touchdown receptions. It's the Chargers and the Steelers, next on Madden Football.
It is time for football, as we welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson up here in the booth. Greg, we've looked at this matchup, talked about the offenses, the defense. It feels like a tight one, and usually what does that mean? Special teams could be a big factor in who gets out of here with the double.
Each week when we come into these games, Mike, we probably do a disservice to just the importance of how much special teams plays a factor in deciding the outcome of these games. And you're exactly right. When teams find themselves very similar on offense,
the veteran Chris Boswell ready to get things going. And off we go from the Steel City. On the return, this is Jalen Reagor. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Chargers led out by Justin Herbert in his 5th season out, Greg, as the Charger QB, a guy we saw win the Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2020.
One of the best parts of the week, Mike, is when we have an opportunity to sit down and visit with these guys during the production meetings. And the thing that we both came away with was, while he was happy with the overall performance of his team a week ago, you could tell that lone interception left a bit of a bad taste in his mouth. He called that errant pass unacceptable. He doesn't plan on having too many of those in this one, and look for him to be a little bit more careful with the ball as he tries to get his team to another victory here today.
A huge play right off the bat. 31 yards.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
That one into the hands of Smart. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down. Second down and 3. From the gun, it's Herbert. He's got it at about the 8, and he's going to be taken down.
Talk about a thing of beauty. Mike, did you see how many tight ends were on the field on that last play? They call it 13 personnel because there's 1 running back, 3 tight ends, 1 wide receiver. So everybody...
And he'll take it on in. Brendan Rice, touchdown Los Angeles. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His first NFL touchdown. And that is the way to start a game. Not just score, but Greg, score quickly. A nice opening drive for the first 6 points.
Well, it seems like the hour spent on that opening game script was time well spent. I mean, to take the ball right down the field that quickly right out of the gates, that's a pretty good opening drive and an early 6 points.
Dicker, good with the extra point. And the Chargers will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Steelers led out by their quarterback, Russell Wilson. Still strange to not see him in a Seattle uniform where he was for a decade, couple of years with the Broncos. And now, Greg, the 9-time Pro Bowler, year 1 in Pittsburgh.
One thing about this guy that's pretty clear, Mike, is there's not a whole lot that rattles him. He does a good job staying even keel. You don't know if he just threw a pick or if he just led his team to a touchdown drive, and that was kind of the case last week. He didn't let it snowball into a bunch of back-breaking mistakes. He just shook it off and kept playing. Now, can he keep that mentality as the rest of the year unfolds? And if he does, he's going to give his team a chance every single week.
On second down, Russ. That's pulled in. Najee Harris. And he's near the first down, stopped a little short of the 40. Here's third down and a few inches. That's Washington, the man in motion. and try to run for it with Harris. A gain there of 15. Good for a Steeler first down.
Each week coming into the game, every team in the league, Mike, places a huge emphasis on success on their opening drive. But the key to that is sustaining possession, converting on third down. It's exactly what they were able to do here, keeping the ball on the ground.
Now Wilson on first down. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by their rookie corner. And the Chargers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
Mike, doesn't it just seem like year in and year out, especially on the defensive side of the ball, there's these late-round players that kind of burst onto the scene out of nowhere, and there's a reason this guy fell in the draft, but I'll tell you what, he has shown a ton of growth so far this year, and he continues to make his presence felt in the back end of this defense.
The Chargers offense ready now for their second drive. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive, so try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Well, they'll get some of the sag yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. He's got the open man. That's McConkey. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Herbert. He connects with Disley. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Herbert got his man at the 6. He is in. Brendan Rice. Touchdown Chargers. His second catch of the game. And both have gone for touchdowns. What an opening quarter he is having. Greg, that is 2 touchdown receptions here in the first quarter.
Mike, all this guy has to do is keep this pace up, and he's going to have himself 8 touchdowns. But in all seriousness, if I'm this quarterback, I'm not looking anywhere else until this defense proves they have an answer. Because right now, they don't have one.
Chargers 14, Steelers nothing.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This returnable from the 4. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Steelers offense ready to take over for their second possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. This drive begins with a run by Harris. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Austin brought in motion. They run on the jet sweep. And they get him to the ground, but he's all the way down to the 35-yard line.
He had plenty of juice coming across to get the ball, Mike, but he hit a whole new gear after he secured it and began getting vertical. By comparison, it looked like a lot of the defenders who had a shot at him were a little flat-footed and ended up getting burned for a big game.
Play action. Now Wilson. He'll get that complete. It's George Pickens. And he's into the end zone. George Pickens. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. His first touchdown of the new campaign.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. A return now from the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense about ready to take over once more. They'll start out first down and 10. Herbert to throw. There is his tight end, Disley. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. To throw is Herbert. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down. Now, Herbert. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Again, they'll throw with Herbert. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Third down, 3 to go. Herbert to the air again. To the left side, catch made by McConkey.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. Again, it's Edwards. And the defense all over this one. They knock him down. It'll go down as a loss of 2. So they'll talk over what to do on this third down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. The Chargers out to the early lead. And we're back to the Steel City after this. It is 3rd and 10. On play action. Now Herbert looking middle, and he'll get it complete to McConkey. That's the 2nd time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
That lane closes quickly. A pickup of 3 with Deshaun Elliott on the tackle. They face 2nd down and 7. Shotgun now for Herbert. The open man is Johnston. He's got it. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. This one finds McConkey. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Throwing now is Herbert. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the Steelers are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and say there's ever a good time to throw a red zone interception, but in this case, it's the first half. You have the rest of the game to get yourself back down here in the red zone and make up for that miscue, because next time they get down here, they got to be a lot more careful when they decide to air it out.
George Pickens and the Steelers offense heading back onto the field. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground, and it's Harris. And a nice gain, getting this to about the 23-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Nowhere to go. He is taken down. That is Joey Bosa in on the sack.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
He was looking for George Pickens there, and it'll be 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 19.
Now Russ. Now a screen set up for Harris, and he'll be stopped short of a first. It's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Here's the replacement for Cameron Johnston, Corliss Waitman on to punt, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. This kick hangs up, and a fair catch will be taken beyond the 35-yard line. Justin Herbert back out there. He and the Chargers getting set to go once more. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Now the former Ohio State Buckeye. Here's J.K. Dobbins. And not a whole lot going to come from that one. Going to about the 39. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. From the gun, it's Herbert. That one complete to Johnston. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
This pass defense, it just has to be better than this, Mike. They have to do a better job accounting for everybody in their coverages. They have to play their defense exactly according to the plan, because if not, this quarterback has enough weapons. He can spread the ball out and find the open space.
To throw, it's Herbert. That's over the middle and caught by Rice. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And great determination as he gets forward and picks up the 1st down.
1st down, Chargers.
Now Herbert. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Pistol here for Herbert. Brought in by the tight end, Hayden Hurst with the catch. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Throwing again, Herbert. He'll let this go towards the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. Touchdown, LA. 3 touchdowns for the game, his first 3 of the year. This is turning into a monster game. Let's keep an eye on this. 3 touchdown catches alone in the first half. Could be a record-setting game. Point after now from Dicker. His kick is good. And the Chargers will take a 21-7 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This is fielded inside the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. A run with Harris. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll come back to the Steel City after this. Out of the gun, here's Russ. That'll be caught by the running back, Warren. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a first down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by him, there is a lot of space open underneath.
So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10. Wilson will throw again. He's got his man. It's Jefferson. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
He'll try to hit him with a screen. And the Steelers are going to have themselves a 1st and goal. He's out of bounds at the 7-yard line.
That's another Pittsburgh Steeler.
From the shotgun, Wilson. To the back of the end zone. He's got it. Pat Fryermuth. Touchdown, Steelers. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They do try to run it out as they start on the ground. And it'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. So we hit halftime, and the visiting Chargers are on top as we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, and they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. From there, it's off to the land to check on the Browns at home in the Dog Pound. And in that one, it's the visiting Giants who have the lead. Malik Neighbors, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world and see what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Christian Watson, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. This taken at the 5. Now on the return, he has lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. And we don't talk about it nearly enough, but sometimes the biggest plays of the game happen like that one. The kickoff return, fumble, recovered, and momentum swings again.
Everybody loves to see a big return, Mike, but the priority of any kick return unit, just give your offense a chance to possess the ball. And in this case, they don't do that. They turn the ball over, and now they find themselves back out there on defense.
And he'll be taken down.
For that play to work, Mike, you have to distort the defensive line at the point of attack. And what that means is the offensive lineman, you need one of them to win their block. Move the defender out of his gap. Because when you do, you can see there is a nice run lane for the back to hit.
Herbert to throw. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. From the 1, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will power his way into the end zone. J.K. Dobbins. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. They're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
Next to score, Chargers 28, Steelers 14.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Steelers offense and running back Najee Harris getting set to take over once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. On the give, it's Harris. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Another run here with Harris. And once again, they try the same runner. They get the same result. Back-to-back carries of no gain. Now it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 10.
Throwing is Wilson. This one complete to Washington.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
So the Steelers ready to kick this one skyward, as he'll punt it away for the second time. A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. The Chargers offense and Justin Herbert getting set for this next drive. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position, instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. They'll give it to Dobbins. And he's going to be taken down at the 37.
Nice pickup there by Dobbins, and man, you got to feel good for him. I mean, his time in Baltimore was just riddled with significant lower body injuries. To see him healthy, and he has gotten off to a fast start, and this is the player that everyone around the league knew he was capable of being. He just needed to stay healthy.
Here's 2nd and 6. And before the snap, we have a whistle, and this could very well be a false start. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Herbert. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. It'll bring up 4th down. And the Chargers will punt, getting set to kick it away. Back deep to receive is Calvin Austin. And no run back here. Fair catch taken at the 17-yard line. The Steelers offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. Our next drive getting ready to start, and we'll let you know what's coming up here later tonight. It is a good one. The Chiefs and Falcons in Atlanta. 2nd primetime appearance for the Falcons in the last 2 weeks. Then on Monday, a doubleheader comes your way. It's the Jags and the Bills in Orchard Park. Note the start time, 7:30 Eastern, followed by the Commanders and Bengals. That kicks off at the usual 8:15 starting time. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They'll give it to Harris again. And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage. 3rd and 5. Wilson lines up in the pistol. Quick throw on target to Pickens.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
On 2nd down, Russ. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush.
This defense hitting their ears back, coming to get him again. Khalil Mack, 3-time All-Pro, in there to bag another one.
A guy that we've seen do this at a high level for a long time, Mike. Khalil Mack comes away with the sack, and he's coming off arguably his best season of his career. New highs in both sacks and TFLs just a year ago. Just seems like he continues to get better with age, and doesn't look like he's going to be planning on falling off anytime soon.
And he looks up and he's taken down. right away. Maybe fortunate just to hold on to the ball as he was tackled immediately after hauling that one in. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Here's Dobbins. And he gets this up close to the 40. Patrick Queen, the linebacker. They're on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 6. Shotgun now for Herbert. There is his tight end, Disley. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Throwing, Herbert. That'll be taken in by Edwards. And they'll take this down inside the 35. 1st and 10. Now it's Dobbins. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes the game off.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. A run with Dobbins. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Putting the tight end in motion. Herbert going to try to throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Dicker's kick is good, and the Chargers will extend their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Steelers offense ready to take over possession of the football. Greg, simply put, they've been off their game right from the jump.
Yeah, and sometimes it's just the way the game goes, and you can't really put your finger on it, but you feel good coming out of the week of practice. You feel really good about your game plan, and then once the ball's kicked off, nothing seems to work, and it's very frustrating because you can look great one week, and then the next week be completely taken out of your game.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late. This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Uh-oh. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Here's third down and a few inches. To throw again is Wilson. He'll get this into the hands of Austin. 18 yards on the connection. That's a Steeler first down.
I love this decision here, Mike. 3rd and inches, everyone in the building's just thinking you're going to just plow it up the middle and get a fresh set of downs. This is probably the best opportunity to strike downfield in the passing game, and that's exactly what they did.
Again, Wilson. A pass taken in by Harris. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. 2nd and a yard.
At the 24-yard line.
A give, and here comes Harris. And he's not going to outrun the defense. They push him back out of bounds, a loss of a couple.
A tackling plan for the defense, Mike, is critical when you're facing a back like this. You know that one guy is not going to be enough to bring him down. You have to get as many hats to the ball as you can, slow him up just enough to buy time, and in this case, they get him down for a loss.
They get 15 on that game. Good for a Steeler first down.
That's another Pittsburgh Steeler.
On the handoff, it's Harris. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
They run it over center with Harris. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's another Steelers first down. First down and goal to go.
Out of the gun, it's Wilson. And he's not going to get away. They'll stop him back at the 3.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set.
Good blocking, and he's in. Najee Harris. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. This will be returnable for Rager. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Chargers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
Herbert now on first down. That's complete to Rice. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. 2nd down and 3. They're going to motion their tight end, Hurst. On the ground, here's Dobbins. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's third down. Two minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Chance to get them closer to that finish line. It is 3rd and 2. And we'll see a timeout used by the defense, stopping it right out of the break. 1:57 to go in the game. Here it is on 4th down. And he's going to have the Chargers first down. They'll get the conversion. It's a gain of 14. They'll stay on the ground. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. They'll stick with him again. And he'll get it down to the 12. And that'll give him a new set of downs from in close. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So it's a win for the visiting Chargers. They continue their winning ways in the month of September. They're off to a 3-0 start. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.